might be able to figure that out more. But if we're using this information for the infiltration, we can just say as we can just say as much. If you need me to do a demonstration as well, I'm happy to do so.
All right, that's that makes sense. I'll just wing it then.
So, do we finish the long rest, by the way?
Can I switch my attunement? Even though I'm
Yeah,
dead?
the long rest is finished, and you can figure out your attunements.
I'm gonna switch out the GA for the animated shield.
What if you die though?
Well, well, I mean, well,
What if you switch characters?
that's true.
Yeah, give the GA to your switch character, and then switch back.
I want to low key, so I can have like I need to do the cheese even harder.
Yeah, do it, bro. Well, I say it. Actually, you should have used your ring in your fight against me, bro. What are you doing?
Oh,
yeah.
yo, wait a minute.
You want
That's a
something back?
misplay right there.
As he
Run it
gets
back.
up from the ground and grabs him by the cankles.
And misses again. Well, I say to Ashton. Now, am I no longer a guard then?
I say, no, you're still a bodyguard. But you are someone we picked up from Tathandria, so you're well versed in these things.
I see. Well, how much do you need me to talk then?
Probably not much, but we'll see when the time comes.
Okay. Well, I say, or I ask, how extensive are those forged documents that we got from Gaillard?
I say I trust the spy master with my life.
All right. Well, I'm going to prepare some of my own notes, just in case.
All right. Alright.
Mark, can I try to prepare some like like background info on like the history of like the runes, like the like dwarven association, like architecture, shit like that.
I have a forgery kit. I can make it for you.
Yo,
Sure. Let's say you prepare some, and I'll consider that when you're making like DCs that are related to it.
okay.
But I will say like I'll add bonus points if you manage to come up with creative, like impromptu.
I see.
Okay, so it's the next day. We come back here.
Yeah. So all that's left is for your group to go to the castle.
I just realized I can equip both the shield and the GA because I don't have my weapon attunement anymore.
There you go.
So
You
there's
can run both for now.
Wait, what weapon attunement did you have before?
for the corpse slayer.
Oh, you're not using the corpse slayer anymore?
No, I
No,
got
it's
the,
got
I got
Oh
the
yeah, you switched to a
+2.
+2, right?
better value.
It outlived its date. Now I will throw undead on you guys.
Oh,
As is tradition. The vampire that allied with us, he's not going to be an enemy.
He's gonna have
Good stuff.
summon a bunch of undead with him.
Did you guys ask what that the vampire's last name was?
Um, we did. I don't remember. What was it?
Oh, that's interesting.
it's interesting. What does it mean?
I'm just kidding, guys. Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
That is true. I don't think we have that.
Oh,
When we're infiltrating the castle, I don't remember. Can we bring in weapons or no?
yeah, it's the spy
Sounds like
master.
you guys should ask some questions.
All right. I go to the spy master and say, will it be suspicious if we have weapons on us when we infiltrate the castle?
I do think it would be suspicious if you're not of the right role, but I do think for some bodyguards, some weapons are allowed. It just cannot be of extraordinary type. Perhaps just a standard longsword would do.
What
Wait,
about the
no.
hammer?
What about the plus?
A hammer. I suppose they might take a look at it though to make sure it's nothing too special.
Oh, I see.
Do you need that smuggled in?
We might.
I turn to Lancaster and say, well, instead of a mystic, let me be your maid then. And I pull out my broom and start sweeping the dirt.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Sure.
cool, actually.
Okay, sure.
Oh, is there some way for you to hide the weapons, perhaps?
I say I have a bag of holding. Say, could we just? I said, would they question the bag of holding?
They might. They probably would inspect it. But who's to say that you couldn't sneak it?
Mm,
Do you think I could get away with hiding this wand in my sleeve?
I
He might not have heard you on.
I turn to the spy master and say, do you think I could hide this wand in my sleeve?
That's more of a question I have for you, really. I have seen many people of different talents being able to hide things from the guards. I don't think they are that thorough to be able to spot a wand in the sleeve, assuming you are talented. But I don't know of your skill with it.
I say,
I'll say this: if you are good at your sleight of hand, then I'd say you have a good chance.
who among us has like the best sleight of hand?
Me, probably.
Yeah, I think Hop.
All right,
I
is
think,
it
I,
is
I
it
think
good?
I have advantage, but that's about it.
Well, I have +6.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Say, Kerfuffle, can I trust you with smuggling in some things?
I say, of course. Kind of made for this.
All right. And put him back. Hand me your hammer. And Hargrave, hand me your pike. Actually, like would a pike be questioned?
A polearm like that, I think it would be questioned.
Hand me the pike.
Say, who are you and why are you asking for my weapon?
Hargrave, please, even.
Because I
Through
was asleep
this.
the whole time.
Yeah, I go. Say, Hargrave, it's me. It's
Is
Dash.
he?
come on. No, I say, remember what you promised me in the inn. You would help when this is over. You would help me with dealing with the great evil that is holding my goddess hostage.
That's not what I said.
What? What do you mean, bro?
That's not the evil I was going to strike down.
No,
He's a spy.
I said you also said that you would strike me down if I became evil, along with Raylan if she became evil, and she did for a little bit.
That's a matter of
I
perspective.
suppose I did say that.
But you also promised me at the end. Remember this, Hargrave. We bonded over this.
What would that feel when he
Hargrave is
said
like, who? Who are you?
This was a pact I never forgot.
David already forgot about it.
Oh,
I
okay.
reluctantly hand over my my pike.
Wait, are you one of the bodyguards? You can't bring that in?
Yeah,
He
I
said,
don't know, like, apparently.
he said that the pike is too inconspicuous.
What about
like,
because
for bodyguard.
Bonaparte gave me a +1 longsword.
I said longsword should look fine.
Pike really that
Longswords are
bad?
fine.
Okay,
Huh.
so longsword look fine. And
Okay, I will then currently switch to longsword and shield then.
I put basically I put my moon sickle in there and like like anything anything that would be conspicuous, I just put in the bag of holding.
So I should put my thrower in there as well.
Yep.
I put my wand in there.
Possible to have a normal shield and an animated shield at the same time?
I don't think so.
Dual
I
Because
don't
I'm
wield.
not
think you
holding
can
the animated
Oh.
one.
That'd be kind of insane.
+4 AC.
You could do that.
It's like reminds you of David's monk holding the knife the entire time.
Pretty sure you only benefit from one shield at a time.
Yeah. You
Lame.
can't benefit from more than one shield at a time. Otherwise, you could just like hold 2 shields.
Yeah. Or
Should
if
be a
you're a
feat for
Simic
that.
hybrid, you can hold 4.
That would be cool if you could like actually hold 2 shields. I think you can in Pathfinder. But...
Some Dark Souls shit, bro.
Yeah. Alright, well, I will equip my honed longsword.
Back to old reliable.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, any last questions to Revolton before you guys go?
Wait, so what do we have in the bag? Like basically everyone's weapons?
Yeah.
They're all gonna
Everyone's
disappear.
Yeah, everyone's like main weapons. Alright, see you
Alright.
later. See you guys.
In my
I was a spy the whole
my
time.
broom though.
Knew it. Knew it. It was him. He's the baddie.
Yeah, Lancaster starts walking over to get the bag. Ashton shows up like, "Hey guys, sorry I like subbed out."
We were like, huh?
Who?
That's when everybody goes, huh?
Reveals herself to be that or in the red.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, the wolf. Alright, I hand over the bag to Kapapal. I say, everybody ready?
I was looking for Ashen on the map, and I was like, oh wait, it's this guy.
Well, it's me.
Okay. Does this mean you guys are going now?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
I don't really feel like it. How about tomorrow?
Maybe it's your arc.
Let's go.
So what's the plan once we get inside?
We'll discuss that. Well, basically, you're to talk to people in there and see how everybody feels about the current establishment. And see how people feel about Valdoon.
Yeah, and for what it's worth, not everyone who doesn't have a real token, even if they don't have a real token, you can still talk to them. Like they might have things that you need, and I will say that your contact is actually one of those tokens.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. Um, and I'll just say, like, you heard from Rivelton, like a description of how your contact looks like. He has kind of gray hair, but he's actually quite young, and he has brown eyes, and he's got a little bit of a he's got a little bit of a scar on his uh, left cheek.
Which cheek?
Left cheek.
Front or back?
Okay, dude. Okay. All right, anyways,
Pull down your pants. We gotta check the cheeks.
We gotta inspect. It's time for inspection.
all right. You guys make your way towards the castle, and you find yourself in front of its what is this? The outer court. You're in front of the guard, who then looks at you and he says, "Are you looking to enter?" And at this point, I assume you guys are wearing disguises. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I say, I say, yes, we are. Here's my papers.
Papers, please.
All right. So he takes a look at the papers and he says, "All right. Well, I'm actually not supposed to be the guy you give these to, but here, take it back and go see the mage in front of the ledger. I'll let you in."
All right.
And he opens the door and kind of like gestures at you to walk through. This map is kind of janky, so I'm just gonna put you right here.
Oh, okay.
I'll put everyone else there too.
I draw my weapon. No, I'm kidding.
All right. So as you get in, you see this mage. He looks at you and he says, "Papers."
Oh, I hand them papers.
All right. And you see him as he looks at these papers. He kind of uses some magic to kind of like decipher the paper a bit in a way that he tries to detect if there's uh anything that's suspicious about it, any falsities, any kind of modifications done to it. Uh, and it makes you a little nervous at first because you see him kind of like making some weird and strange remarks about it. But then, or not remarks, he makes some weird expressions as he's reading it. But then he actually just sneezes, so he wasn't actually questioning.
God
Okay.
damn it.
And then, as he finishes reading, he says, "All right, uh, if you're looking for Joseph, he's in the inner courts, somewhere on the second floor. So feel free to see the rest of the venues.
Right. Thank you very much.
Today we have a couple of performers playing some music, so feel free
Oh,
to take a listen."
how lovely. Right then. Let us go. Uh,
So you see that at least at the front rooms, it's not really all that populated. But I will say towards further into the castle, you do hear some noises of some crowds
Hmm.
through the walls, at least.
is this a chessboard? Or is
That
it
is
just
indeed a
like,
chessboard.
does it look like it was played on? Like or is it like
It
set
looks
up?
like it was. It looks like it was cleaned up. The pieces are in the board itself, kind of like the board is kind of like a container for the pieces.
Okay, okay.
So you could open it up and start setting it up if you'd like.
No. Is the sound coming from the left side or the right side?
The sound is coming from the left.
Okay. Oh,
So at the right, it just seems like it's an empty room. But if you go into that door, it looks like it may lead further up.
I see. Yo, the toilet. Let's go. All
Right? Yeah, I should have put someone in there.
right.
He looks at you
Oh,
like, I'm using the restroom.
Skibidi toilet. All right. Go up later. Check this side.
So at this point, the music seems to be coming from the north, but you can go left if you'd like.
Follow my lord.
Oh, there's someone here. Oh. Hello there.
Oh, hello. Uh, I haven't seen you around here. Are you a frequent returner?
No, I've come here. A friend requested me to come visit. I'm from Tathandria.
Oh,
I say, you like books?
um, actually, I'm not so much of a reader myself. It's my son here, who reads quite a few books. Um, and then at that, right, her son at the other side of the room, right here, kind of responds and he says, "Ah, yes, I do like reading books. Are you a reader yourself?"
Say, how lovely. Ah, yes, I enjoy a good book. Any do you have any recommendations? Anything recent you've read?
I've mostly read over the bibliographies of our kingdom. Really, I'm more of a history reader myself.
I see. See. How are things here?
How things, as in the castle, or
Yeah.
can you be more specific?
Yes, in the kingdom. I've traveled quite a ways.
The kingdom. I'd say, and you see, he's kind of iffy on his wording. He seems a little nervous to speak, but he says, "I think the kingdom is in a good spot right now. Yes."
Ah, I see. I see.
And you see him kind of like look around in the room a little before he continues, and he says, "Uh, "Is there something you have to say about the kingdom?"
Um, I see. Uh, I just got here. It's not much I can comment on. But let's say that uh, so far a lot of people I've spoken to are not overjoyed. We'll see.
Oh, yes, I can definitely see some reasons why people would not be so happy with this situation. I I'm not so happy with everything about it either. There are some things that I think that should be fixed. I mean, one of it definitely plagues my family as it is right now.
Oh yes. Tell me. Tell me more.
Well, you see, um, could someone make sure there's no one around?
Yeah.
I'd like
I
I'd like to make sure no one hears of none of the guards hear of this. It's a private matter.
does this have a door? Is this a door? Or is it like always open?
There's no door. There's no door. It's just kind of like an open room.
Alright, I look around. Do I see any guards?
No, you don't.
Alright. I think it's quite safe. You want this private matter? To whisper it to me?
Yes. To be quite frank, the laws in this place are questionable. There's it almost feels like people are accused and they don't get to prove themselves to be innocent. They're just
Hmm,
guilty.
that's not good. Isn't it? Shouldn't they be judged? And should people have a chance to defend themselves?
No, they do. They do get to defend themselves, but at least in the case of my family, uh, are you sure you care to hear the story? Like it's a bit personal.
Of course. I don't mind. You seem like you need a stranger to talk to is has nothing has no association with this place.
Roll persuasion.
Alright. You guys, help me out. Just a guidance should probably be fine.
Nah, you can have this bardic too.
Yo, hey, alright. Alright, I'll say.
Ooh.
Alright.
Not
I-
suspicious.
I say I'm just say I come all the way from Tathandria. See, I don't have
I
any
see.
ties.
Well, I suppose getting a fresh perspective is good. So you see, my father is in the prison of this cell. He's a prisoner in a cell of this castle right now.
Oh no.
I. He's accused of killing my grandfather, and I. I just cannot fathom why he would do that. I know the man myself. He is not the person who would do such a thing, and he's always had a good relationship with his grandfather, with my grandfather. Sorry,
See,
my father's not that kind of man. I spent a lot of time with him, and yet, when they held a trial, they they gave him almost no opportunity to really present something. They
that's
call it a
horrible.
trial, but really, it's for the books. They say it is a trial. They say they gave him a chance. But the reality that I see is that the system is designed to be skewed to whoever's in power.
It's, that's horrible. Were you reading up on how things were, or how to possibly beat the system?
I've been looking into I've been looking into the history of different types of cases that have happened in the past, trying to see if there's any contradictions. Maybe I can maybe I can make some kind of a report.
I see. I say if things could change around here, would you welcome it?
If it means getting my father out of prison, I I would say so.
Right. I think I'll just walk around and just see how everybody else is around here. Maybe you're not alone.
I see. If if you're going around, do you think you could go see my father and ask him a question for me? Here's
Sure. What would you have me ask for?
at some point there was a sudden change in his behavior. You see, at first it seemed like he was trying to defend himself, but at some point it seemed like he gave in and he started letting himself be accused. It's almost like he accepted his fate. I want to know why.
Good, good magic.
I would I don't understand why my father would suddenly start admitting that he's the killer.
So, what would you want me to ask him
I
exactly?
just want to know the truth. What actually happened? Because I do not believe, even for a bit, that he is the actual killer.
What is your father's name?
Give me a second.
I call him dad.
His name is Kaled,
The DJ?
and I'm Shale, his son.
DJ Khaled.
Right. Sheo. Alright. Alright, Sheo. It was nice, 300. Say it was nice meeting you. I like to talk to the locals and see what how everybody is feeling.
I
It's how
see.
it's how things get done. Where I'm from.
I see. Well, from here, at least from what I see from most people around the castle, things get done with money. And so, if you were to do this for me, I would pay for your group.
Oh. That is awfully kind of you. Are you not able to visit him yourself?
I can, but he will never admit the truth to me.
I see. Very well then. We I have much to do, but I will look into this. So long.
Thank you.
Right. Okay. Ah. What is this? There's a large hallway.
It is indeed.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. The kitchen?
So as you open the door, a nice and pleasant aroma fills your nostrils, and
Mm.
you smell all kinds of vegetables, all kinds of cheeses, all kinds of soups. But the one thing that fills your nostril the most is what looks like uh, pork sinigang right there in that pot.
What? Oh,
That's
I say
crazy.
that scent. That heavenly scent. Sinigang. Say, I haven't smelled this aroma since I was a child. I say, it's been so long since I have visited the castle. Um, I say,
This so this cook startled by your comments sees this crowd before her and she says, "Oh, uh, do you mind asking everyone to step outside? This room is only meant for cooks."
say, you mind showing me how to make this dish, or am I able to to watch in any way?
Um, sorry, I cannot do that for you right now. Maybe when the food is served later, I'll come by with a tray. Maybe we can talk then, but not right now. I need to focus. I'm sorry.
I understand. All right then.
Not there either. That's our storage.
My mistake. Whoa. Oh, okay. So this is like the same area. Okay. All right. Do we-
All right.
Sorry, this.
So as you step outside into the main courtyard, you see a statue um of King Egan, uh, who is now deceased, but his statue still stands.
I think that's Bobby B, bro.
Okay. I bow in respects.
I look up at him and mutter, Gods, he was strong then.
So strong, so strong. He just had. He just needed. He just needed the big tits from Bessie.
What?
Nah,
He
I
Cows, the
win.
cows, the milk. Okay. All right.
Still remember when
Uh,
we talk about completing the 7, which is laying with a girl from each of the 7 kingdoms.
Fuck.
What's
There's
this?
only one kingdom.
There were 7 in his heart.
What is this? What's this? Oh, this is the guards' quarters. I closed the door. Perfect.
Yeah, when you open the door, you just see 2 guards, like, not in their suits or armor. They're just kind of uh shirtless in their blankets, snoring.
Are
Oh,
we
this
in like
okay,
the
so
main courtyard?
Yes, right now you're in the main courtyard.
What's like this building over here look like?
Uh, so it's about 2 floors high, and I don't know what you're trying to look at. Like, what do you
Like
mean? Like,
what's the front of the building look like? Does it look like does it look like an important building? Does it look like a guardhouse?
oh, I see. It's hard to distinguish because this whole place is built pretty symmetrically. But
Okay.
I will say you hear music from the other side of this wall that you're at.
Hmm. Right. Then I will check. Oh, there's the music. Oh, I found the ambiance.
Yeah, as you guys open the door, you hear greeted by the sound of a piano playing a maybe classical piece to the humans, but maybe not so classical to the rest of the cultures of the world. But as you are here, you see a few handful of nobles kind of eating, discussing things, and socializing. And there is indeed a pianist in the corner who is very, very absorbed in playing a tune.
Right. Um, I guess I take a seat and kind of mingle.
Same.
Sure. So let's go with Ashton first. Who are you talking to?
I'll talk to this person, I guess.
Uh, would you like to get closer to where they are?
Uh,
Jump
All right.
across
So you sit right next to them, and then you see that they were just kind of. They seem kind of disinterested in the food that's in front of their plate. You see them that they're kind of just reading over some papers instead, and they notice that you sit next to them, and they say, "Can I help you?"
I say, you mind humoring a new visitor of the castle? Speaking of speaking of the land, or are you too busy?
Uh, sure, I have a few minutes.
All right. I say
What is it that you want to know?
well, first off, I say how are things here?
Are things in the castle? Well, I'd say Valadun is doing a great job. He's definitely keeping the nobles pretty happy.
All right. And have you visited or have you been outside the castle recently?
Oh yes, I've been outside the castle plenty of times, but really only to head over back to my own estate, of course.
Yes. Of course, of course. And while doing an excellent job. What's I guess what do you like most about his work?
Well, for one thing, it makes all the annoying poor people bother us less. To be honest, it's
Hmm.
kind of disgraceful to have them around at the castle. The old king, he was more lenient towards them, but I don't really understand it. Why would you want all these dirty, ugly people making the castle uglier?
Nice. Well, I suppose that's a viewpoint of it. That's I can understand. You do not enjoy things that appear unsightly.
Yeah, yes. I'm glad you see that. It's really, it's just an eyesore. Like, why do I have to go through my day and see these people cry and complain about things that they dug themselves into?
Hmm. Um, I'm like contemplating in my head, do I do like a whole like debate with this guy? I'm like, probably is pointless. So I go, well, it's good. It's good to see that that things are going well here. That's all I really wanted to ask about. Thank you for your time.
Bro, if anyone were to, like, if I saw anyone like that IRL, oh my god, I would be
Bro.
so fucking toasted, dude.
Bro, dude, I'm telling you, like if I like when I see people that are like anything like that, like I'm just like the best thing I can do is to say nothing and just like because if I start talking, like it's gonna be like nonstop, bro. Like I just it ain't worth
Yeah.
it. It's just not worth it.
Yep.
Okay, so like like I just have to factor in my head like is anything that I'm going to say going to change their minds? And if the answer is no, like then what am I doing? Why would I engage?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, so
Dude, just me acting like that made me feel like shit, dude. I know it's just an NPC. Like, oh my god.
yeah. Alright, you go Kerfuffle next.
All right. Okay, so Kerfuffle, you see a woman in front of you. She seems to be eating in a very elegant and gentle way with the food. Um, and she kind of takes this napkin and kind of like applies it to her cheeks, her lips, just to kind of clean it up a bit. And she looks at you across from the table and she says, "Is there something wrong?"
I say, this setup is gorgeous. What brings you to this party?
Oh, well, to be honest, I just wanted to try some of the Cinnagum that's coming up.
I say, oh, I've never had it.
It's something I haven't tried yet either, actually, to be quite frank. But that's why I'm here. I'm just taking my time slowly with the food until they serve it. It should be any minute now, as far as I have been told.
I say, have you had the dip? It's incredible.
Have I heard what?
Had the dip?
The dip.
Ah, you'll have to have some. It's around here somewhere.
she looks around and she sees kind of like this sauce thing, and she says, Do you mean this?" And
Yeah.
she kind of points to the nearest one, and she says, "I don't think that's meant for dipping. It's it's used for something else. Or am I misunderstanding what you mean?" Boy.
Okay. Yes. Yes, you're right. My mistake.
Oh, no worries. Sometimes when I see a lot of new food, I misinterpret things as well. I understand.
Anyway,
So,
sorry to bother you.
oh, okay. I was going to ask you if what brought you here, but if you're busy, I understand. All right, who's next?
Well, I mean, I'm performing my sacred duty as his bodyguard, making sure he's
Big
alive.
shame.
Nice.
Well,
Easy way out.
Distractions
except
are
David.
bad.
No, except David. David has to actually go talk to people.
No.
Doesn't seem like there's anyone here
Clearly,
that
I need to
knows
focus
anything.
harder because I'm incompetent compared to you, so I have to try harder.
Oh my god.
But since I'm
There-
such an absolute unit, you can go and mingle. You know.
Is there anyone else here to talk to, Mark?
There's still like yeah, there's still that guy and this guy.
Alright, I want to talk. If anyone else wants to talk to this guy, they can.
Owen takes a step back.
The humble maid I don't talk to. these people.
Fine, I'll talk to that guy.
I don't, what is what is Kerfuffle's role? Or like what do you disguise as?
Confidant. I'm not sure. Advisor.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, confidant sounds fancy. Let's go with that.
Well, what is Dristle?
The
Crystal's
She's the
religion's
healer, right?
advisor. I don't know.
I don't know. She's the healer. No.
the
The
you
healer.
know, like a wealthy person, they gotta have bodyguards, and then they gotta have like the healer like on deck. You never know.
He's the spiritual healer.
All right.
Right.
So are you approaching this noble, Kerfuffle?
Yeah.
All right. He looks at you and he says, "Oh, hello. Uh, you are new here. Can I get your name?"
I said, my name is Clark.
Clark?
Clark of Morningstar.
Clark of Morningstar. That's very unique. Uh, usually I'm used to people with a first name and a last name, but Clark of Morningstar is a different format. Where's it from?
Oh, it's from far away.
From far away. As in another continent.
Yes.
Which continent would that be?
Adandrian.
Yeah, that one. Tithondria.
Sandria. Oh. Well, you did come in with the rest of your group. And yeah, I suppose it would make sense for you to come from Tithondria. I mean, there is a dwarf right there, and a few people who look more elven in nature than human.
That's racist.
Well, I have to roll to gaslight him.
Wait, what?
What do I have to roll to gaslight him?
Gaslight him? You gaslight him first, and then you make a roll to see what kind of reaction you get.
Sir, I am offended. My companions come from far away, and while they are short and they are strange, they try their best every day to be just as good as you and I.
Roll intimidation.
Okay.
Or he says, "Oh, I did not mean it that way at all. I'm sorry. I I wasn't sure what I was trying to lead with that."
I'd say it's no bother. We're here to be friends.
Oh yes, most definitely. I was really just trying to get to know a bit more about you. I mean, you did seem to want to strike a conversation at the least.
As I say, I didn't seem to get your name.
Oh, my name is Livingstone. Livingstone Cornwell.
Ah, nice to meet you. What do you do here, Livingstone Cornwall?
Ah, I I do. I manage a bunch of the markets in the marketplace. I Now I don't run the market itself. It's more that I own the land under it, and they rent.
I see. Have a good day. I'm done talking to him.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I should go. Alright, I'll talk with this person.
All right. So you see this guy in particular. He seems kind of seems kind of very engorged into his food, and he's I'd say he's a bit more on the overweighted side of the scale. Um, but as he finishes his food and he kind of cleans up after himself, um, he looks at you and he says, "Hey, buddy, did you need some?"
Say, the food's quite exquisite, is it not?
Oh yes, I love coming here once in a while.
Hmm. Very good. Say, you mind if I just ask you about state of things? I've come a long way. How how, how is it? How's life been treating you?
Um, well, but to be honest, could have been better.
Oh yeah. Why do you say that?
Well, the food nowadays in here, although it's still good, it's not as good as it was back then. You see, the old king, King Egan, he used to trade more with a lot of the other continents in the world, and all kinds of food would come in as a result of that. Valdun, I found that he traded a lot less with a lot of the other nations and kingdoms and whatnot. So we get less exports, and really, it's bad for the economy as well. I'd say. I'm not sure what he's doing with the money really, and I'm not sure why he would turn away the cultures of other nations. I mean, food is a big part of a country. I'd say.
Ah, yes. You missed the tocino, don't you?
Ah, that's my son's favorite food, but not exactly my favorite. My my favorite thing is actually it's this thing called Hollow Hollow.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, well, I say it is quite strange the direction that Baldoon is taking things. I do think that there's a benefit in a sharing of the culture.
Yes, I do think there's value in it. It's, I mean, now I'm more of a gourmet enthusiast myself, if I had to say, but at least the way I see food, I mean, every human's existence in the world is quite temporary, and how do we make ourselves persist? I mean, it's to leave something in the world, and to leave things such as food and recipes and culture like that for others to enjoy and experience themselves. I mean, it's something grand, it's elegant, it's something beautiful that everyone should be embracing.
Say
At least
you
that's
have
how I see it.
you have made the most sense out of all the people I've talked to so far. I say yes. What you say, it sings to my soul. I I could certainly pay for the grandest of meals. Like, of course I can. But there's something about the arts. I am a novice myself. I'm learning, but I wanted to also delve into learning a bit of the where the food comes from and learning how to make some of it myself. You understand?
Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, whenever I speak of such things like this to the other nobles, they don't seem quite as excited. Really, I mean, if you look at this table right now, I'm the only one really enjoying the food on the damn table. Everyone else is off looking at papers or conversing with one another.
Don't
And
mind.
and if I had to be honest, I mean, before you came up to me, I was just off here eating alone in the corner. Nobody wants to talk to me. They always make fun of how I look. I mean, I understand that I'm overweight, sure, but I'm enjoying my life. I
That's
don't know
right.
if they are enjoying theirs, but uh,
That's right. So, what is your name?
ah, my name is Johnston.
Watson. Let's see. Over there. Say, I say, Johnston. If things could change around here, I say, would you welcome it?
Oh, you mean if there was more food of different cultures?
Sure.
Yes, yes, I'd be all for it. I could not care less about. Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't be saying this in front of people, but I'll just whisper it. Personally, I wouldn't really care less who is king as long as there's more food on the table. I mean, there's people going crazy about what is righteous, but I just want to simply enjoy life as it is here.
I say, what if it meant that there were more people of let's say a lesser status that were around in the castle, but you also got to eat the finest cuisine that you've ever had.
You know, uh, I actually went on a trip outside of this continent before. I went to Evermeet,
Ever meat.
and yes, it's all the way at the near other side of the world. It's where
Huh.
It's where the magical creatures of the Fae typically go to. But
What a
I
journey.
I went on a yes, indeed. I went on a big journey to try food all around the world at one point. And I will say, though their main capital was quite beautiful and quite grand, some of the best food I've had was in a random off-shut village, just far off the reaches of their capital.
Hmm.
And the food, if I had to be honest, it looked disgusting at first, but I had to give it a try. I mean, I came all the way across the world just to try all kinds of food. So I pushed myself, and it was amazing. They killed this creature alive in front of me, and uh, served the thing's parts nearly raw. But it wasn't as bad as it looked. It actually tasted quite well.
You are a courageous and brave soul, and I admire you. We need more. We need more men like you.
Oh, thanks. It's been a while since I've had someone compliment me, or actually, I don't even remember the last time anyone has actually complimented me about how I like food. Usually, people call me fat.
And nonsense, as you said, enjoying life. What better way to enjoy life than to leave your bubble and play it safe? You could have stayed here your whole life and never venture out. But then the things you
Yeah,
have missed.
yeah, I agree. Even with a body like mine, I can definitely say I've traveled further than a lot of others. Sad it is to say.
Isn't that crazy? I say it. It was nice meeting you, and I extend my hand out to shake, knowing that you just ate.
All right. He he cleans his hands, and then he shakes your hand.
And okay, good to know that. Seems like some of the nobles here are also mixed in their reception.
All right. So, anything else in this room?
Um, it feels like it'd be rude to like try to talk to the person playing the music, like while
Oh
they're
yeah, they're
concentrating.
pretty. Yeah, they're definitely pretty focused on the piano.
All right, that's it for you then.
All right. Since it's getting pretty late, I'm just gonna end the session here, and we'll continue the scouting of this castle next session.